Want to speak real Chinese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ChineseClass101.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Whiteboard Lessons. I'm Yingru. In this lesson, we're going to talk about different uses of the particle le. Le is actually one of the most difficult grammar points in Chinese. But don't worry, in this lesson, I'm going to give you a lot of examples and explanations to help you better understand the uses of le. Okay, the first use I'd like to introduce is that le can indicate change of status. What does that mean? Let's look at some examples. The first one, very simple, 下雨了,下雨了. 下雨 is a verb meaning to rain, and when you put a le after 下雨, it means it's raining now. Because there's a le here which indicates the change of status, it means it wasn't raining a second ago, but now it is raining. Even though you don't see 现在 a now, the word meaning now here, you don't see 现在 in the sentence, but it indicates that now it is raining. It wasn't raining, now it is raining. 下雨了. And the second one, 我今天18岁了. 我今天18岁了. Le is at the end of the sentence, and 我 is the subject. 今天 today. 18 is a number, 18. 18. 18. And 岁, we put 岁 after number to express how many years old. So 岁 can mean years. I'm 18 years old today. And because there's a le here, it means that I wasn't 18, I was 17 years old yesterday. But today, 今天我18岁了. Today, I'm 18 years old, so there's a change here. 我今天18岁了. I'm 18 years old today. 第三个, the third one, 我不怕蟑螂了. 我不怕蟑螂了. So what does that mean? 怕 is a verb here, meaning to be scared of, to be afraid of. So 不怕 is the negative form. I'm not afraid of, I'm not scared of what? 什么呢? 蟑螂 is cockroach. So I'm not scared of cockroaches. Is that all? No, because there's a le here. So the whole sentence means I'm not afraid of cockroaches anymore. Anymore. I was afraid of cockroaches. 我以前 before 我害怕蟑螂，我怕蟑螂，但是 but 现在 now 我不怕蟑螂了。So compared to this, 我不怕蟑螂 without the le, this simply means I'm not afraid of cockroaches. But with le, it means I'm not afraid of cockroaches anymore. Okay, now the second use of le is that it indicates completed action. Or in other words, it means something that happened in the past. Example, 你吃了吗? 你吃了吗? The verb here is 吃, and there is a le after the verb, means ate. Have you eaten, or did you eat? The literal translation is have you eaten, but this sentence or this expression can also be used as a greeting around mealtime. You know, eating is a very, very big culture in China. We're always talking about food and eating, even in my lessons, you hear a lot of examples about food or eating. So, 你吃了吗? You can use it to greet people that you're very familiar with. 你吃了吗? Have you eaten? Did you eat? Next one, 下一个. 新同事送了我一个小礼物. 新同事 is the subject here. 新 new, 同事 colleague, and the verb 送. 送 means to give, or to be more exact, to give a gift. Like here, 送我一个小礼物. 一个小礼物, the object here is one little or small gift. 一个小礼物. 送了我一个小礼物. It's done. It's in the past. My new colleague gave me a little present. Okay, moving on to the third one. 昨晚我打了一晚上的游戏。Okay, first, 昨晚 is a time, last night. 我怎么样呢？ What did I do last night? 打游戏。打游戏 means to play a game. 游戏 game and 打 is to play. And how did I play that game? 打了一晚上的游戏，一晚上 one night or one whole night. So I played a game whole night, one whole night, all night long. I was playing a game. So this is also talking about something that happened in the past. It seems that with the verb plus the, you're definitely talking about something happened in the past. But that is not true. In most cases, that is true, but there are some exceptions. Look at these two examples, please. 明天下了班，我们去吃韩国菜吧。Okay, the second half means we go eat, 吃 eat. 韩国菜，韩国 is a country South Korea, 韩国, and 菜 is dish or vegetables. So let's go have Korean food. And ba at the end of sentence, it indicates a suggestion. So let's go have Korean food. Let's go eat Korean food. And when? 明天tomorrow. And 下了班is a verb or verb phrase meaning to get off work. 下了班 after we get off work tomorrow. You see, there's a 了 here, but it's not talking about yesterday or the past. We're talking about 明天 tomorrow. So after we get off tomorrow, let's go have Korean food. 明天下了班，我们去吃韩国菜吧。Okay, 这是第一个例子 that was the first example. 第二个 the second one. 你要走了吗？你要走了吗？ It can be translated as are you going to leave now? Or are you leaving now? Are you going to go? See, there's a 了 after 走 is to go, but it's not talking about past. It's talking about right now or even in the future in a little bit. 你要走了吗？ So 了indicates completed action, but it's not a marker for past tense. It is actions that happen in the past. You don't have to use 了 all the time. There are times or there are cases we don't want to use 了, like in here. The first case, when you see frequency words or frequency words about time, such as 总是 always, 经常 often, 偶尔 occasionally. So some words like that that talks about the frequency of time. When you see that, and when the whole sentence is describing something that happened in the past, you don't want to use 了 after the verb. For example, 我以前总是叫错他的名字。我以前 means in the past. So 总是 is the frequency word here. 总是 always. 叫 is a verb. 叫错 is wrong. So I call something wrong. Call what wrong? 她的名字 her name. So in the past, I always called her name wrong. It is in the past, but we don't say 叫了错 or 叫错了她的名字. We just say like it's in the present tense. 我以前总是叫错她的名字. No 了 in the sentence because there is 总是 here. Okay, the second example. 小时候她经常来这里买书。小时候 is when someone was young or in someone's childhood. 小时候她经常 so 经常 is the word you need to pay attention here, means often. 来这里 to come here. 买书 to buy books. When he was young, he often came here to buy books. There's no 了 here. We don't have to say 来了这里买书 because there's 经常 here. 小时候他经常来这里买书. When he was young, he often came here to buy books. Okay, the next example. 过去的几年，这里很少下雪。过去的 or 过去 means past, and 几年 few years. In the past few years, 这里 here 很少 see 很少 means rarely. So that's the frequency word here. 很少 rarely 下雪 to snow. So in the past few years, it rarely snowed here. See, this is talking about in the past few years. Still, we don't need to say 这里很少下雪了 or 这里很少下了雪. We don't need to use the 了 here. Okay, the second case is when there is psychological action. What is psychological action? It is something that has something to do with your mind, how you think, or your feeling, how you feel, such as 希望 hope, 决定 decide, 喜欢 like, and etc. Okay, examples. 5岁的时候，我希望以后当一名医生。Okay, let's break this sentence down. 5岁的时候 we just talked about 岁 we use it after a number to tell a year, a age. 5岁的时候 5 years old. When someone was 5 years old. 什么什么的时候 is when. So when at 5 years old, 我希望 see 希望 here. I hoped or I was hoping 以后 in the future 当 to be 一名 one 医生 is doctor. When I was 5 years old, I hoped or I was hoping to be a doctor in the future. See 希望 because there's 希望 here, we don't need to say 我希望了以后当一名医生 we just say 我希望当一名医生 we don't have to say 希望了 no need to use 了 So it's the second one 当时我决定试一试当时 at that time at that moment 当时我决定 is to decide. I decide to 试一试 to give something a try, give it a try. At that moment, I decided to give it a try. But we don't say 我决定了试一试。当时我决定试一试就可以的 and that is good. You don't need the. So the third example. 上高中的时候 I just told you 什么什么的时候 means when. So when 上高中的时候，上高中 when someone is at high school, 高中 high school. 我超级喜欢周杰伦。Okay, 超级 means super. 超级 such as 超级英雄 superhero. 喜欢 like. And 喜欢 is the psychological action here. 周杰伦 he is the most iconic pop star in China or in the whole Asia probably. He is very, very famous. Everybody knows him. And I was even crazy about him when I was 上高中的时候. So 上高中的时候我超级喜欢周杰伦 but we don't have to say 上高中的时候我超级喜欢了周杰伦 because 喜欢 because there's 喜欢 here and when talking about something in the past we don't have to say 喜欢了 Alright, so this is some points I'd like to introduce or tell you about the use of 了 Now let's practice a little more There are 4 sentences in English in the quiz part. Let's try to put them in Chinese. All right. Okay, let's get started. 第一个, the first one. Did you get a taxi? Did you get a taxi? Well, did you passed, right? Completed action. And I talked about the uses of 叫 in the previous lesson. So when you say to get a taxi or to hail a taxi, we can use 叫出租车. Okay. Did you get a taxi? You can say 你叫出租车了吗? Or you can say 你叫了出租车. So we can put 了 in here or in here. 你叫了出租车吗? 你叫出租车了吗? Okay, 第二个, the second one. Sorry to have you waited so long. Okay, to say sorry, to apologize, in Chinese, there are a few ways. You can say 不好意思 or you can say 对不起. 对不起. My marker just fell. I have to go pick it up. All right. We were talking about 对不起. And then, to say sorry, we can also say 抱歉. 抱歉. So, from the weakest to the strongest is 不好意思,对不起,抱歉. Okay, here, have you waited so long is I have you waited, it was in the past, you're done waiting for me, I'm here now, so it's in the past. So, you can say 对不起 or 抱歉让你 let you 等了这么久 waited 这么久 so long 抱歉让你等了这么久 or 对不起让你等了这么久 or 不好意思让你等了这么久 Okay, the third one. She is a big girl now. She is a big girl now. See, now it indicates a change. She was a little girl, now she's a big girl. So we can say, 她现在是个大女孩了。她现在是个大女孩了。Okay, now let's move on to the last one. When I was in the US, I loved playing basketball. Now I don't. Okay, there are two parts here. First part is when I was in the US. So when is 什么什么的时候？我在美国的时候。I loved playing basketball. Loved, past completed action. Playing basketball is 打篮球。So 我在美国的时候，我很爱打篮球，我很喜欢打篮球。We don't need the even though it's in the past. When I was in the U.S., we don't need the 爱了 or 喜欢了 because here it's some kind of a psychological action. You don't need the love. So the first part we can say 我在美国的时候很喜欢打篮球，或我在美国的时候很爱打篮球。Now I don't. It's changed. Now it's a different case. So 现在我不喜欢了。现在我不爱了。You have to use the 了 to say it's a different case. So the whole sentence we can say 在美国的时候我很喜欢打篮球，现在我不喜欢了。So that's it for this lesson. We talked about the uses of 了。If you have more questions or if you like to share more examples, feel free to put them in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next lesson. 我们下节课再见吧。Bye bye everyone.
你好，
大家好。
Chinese Class 101.